Hi guys, and welcome to the High Vibe channel. My name is Nell Nicole and I am your astrologer. Today we're going to be talking about Capricorn risings. I've been making sure to preface each video, first of all, with a welcome. And secondly, just with the information that we have already covered sun signs and moon signs in two separate playlists. So if you're interested in learning more about your sun sign or your moon sign placement, you should go check those videos out. There's some pretty good conversation going on in the comments over there. So I would appreciate if you guys would give those a view, and I think you would too. And secondly, today we're going to just do a quick in and out assessment of like a brief overview of the Capricorn rising. It would take quite some time to go through the entire chart. And I do intend to do a series going into the entire chart. It might be on this platform, it might not. But where we will go through each individual house. Today, we are just going to be talking about the most influential angles, which are the first house, fourth house, seventh house, and 10th house in your chart. And of course, if you would like a more in-depth reading, we can absolutely get into your natal birth chart reading and go into your specific chart to give you more information about what this all means for you. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So, first of all, I'm letting everybody kind of know why rising signs, right? So, of course, we need to understand what does that mean. So, rising sign, also known as the ascendant, it talks about where the horizon was upon your time of birth. A birth chart is basically 360 degrees. It's a snapshot of the sky upon your time of birth. And so, essentially, like I said, the rising sign is where the horizon is, so it's where the chart starts. Based on what sign is there, we know what signs fall in the rest of the chart, and it helps us to get familiar with the orientation of your chart. Why that's important is because each sector of the chart is called a house. It represents a different aspect of life, and in that, it can help us to understand what signs are influencing these particular sectors for you. Birth charts are kind of like clocks and maps coming together. So like, the signs, of course, are like regions, and then they have ruling sectors, and then the planets and things like that can serve as landmarks or timekeepers and help us to understand, like I said, the clock aspect, what time it is when certain things are going on, because this is just a snapshot of when you were born. Those planets and celestial bodies are still moving, and so they have an effect on us as we go through our everyday waking life. So yeah, the astrologer's job is just to synthesize all of that, make sense of it all, and help you to understand whatever it is that you're trying to understand or navigate. So let's start at the first house. I'm trying to keep all these videos down to 20 minutes, so let's go. First house talks about our personality. It talks about how we come off to the world, our flavor, how we initiate things. And so yours is in Capricorn, of course. Capricorn energy is very interesting. It's ruled by Saturn. And so it's more of Saturn is like the father of the zodiac and the timekeeper of the zodiac. So it's more of a laid back energy, although it's very strict. So it's like more mature. These types of people tend to have a really kind of, I guess, mature edge, you could say, or facade at least. Reserved facade, very stoic and kind of just unreadable, you know what I mean? Immovable type of outward sort of persona, although they go for what it is that they want and they go for what it is that they know, because Saturn is about responsibility and doing. So they're very responsible, they're very in the know, very savvy people as well. The people that they love, they tend to be like almost protectors, like play father figures in people's lives, and help them to manage things. I have my notes here. And so I said ambitious, disciplined, responsible, and focused. Yeah, focus is a good way to put it all. Capricorn people tend to understand the point of things. So like they tend to keep everybody around them on track. Often appear serious or reserved with a strong sense of purpose. Yeah, they walk with a purpose. They don't do anything for nothing. They're not going to show up places for no reason. Physically, they known for their patience and long-term vision. Yeah. What it said was physically, they may have a lean, structured appearance, exuding authority. I don't know if that's always true, but I will say that the Capricorn rising people do tend to be sturdy but movable. Sturdy but movable. And they do tend to like more of a structured fit, very peacoat-y, tailored, outfitty. Is somebody else at my house right now? I hate. Hold on one second. I'm gonna check my cameras. Somebody across the street. Okay, so fourth house. Fourth house fourth house is in Aries. Fourth house is all about your early childhood, how you were nurtured, how you were mothered. It's all about our mindset and kind of how we were raised to think of things and our social conditioning. And so yours being in Aries, it really gives a sense of individuality and kind of like selfishness a little bit to your personality. Now, some people could see that as a positive. Some people could see that as a negative. I think that it may have its place, you know. There's pros and its cons. In my notes here, I have early home life may have been dynamic, competitive, and focused on independence. So you might have just been raised to be, you know, independent, able to survive on your own. Family dynamics may have involved a strong parental figure or intense energy. So yeah, you might have had a strong authoritative influence or just like a single parent type of deal where you saw one person be really, really strong and hold a lot on their shoulders. May have struggled with balancing personal goals with family expectations. So feeling a need to be first, to be the best, to kind of meet a mark that's invisible. I think that their self-empowerment is the point of it all, especially with the Capricorn rising, having that a lot, like I said, people can't tend to read you. So you might have been the difficult child, the one that they don't understand how to kind of wrangle and get to. You might have a very stoic side and a very angry side that might be kind of hard to tie down. And some of these issues within the family might be a little bit self-imposed even. I go so far as to say. Seventh house is Cancer, ruled by Cancer. Seventh house talks about your relation to other people. It talks about the type of partner you are and the type of partner that you attract. Seventh house is about our partnerships, our relationships, our business dealings even. And so having seventh house in Cancer, it's giving very much, you play a mothering role in people's lives. You like for people to feel taken care of, and you want to feel taken care of within your sense of self and sense of being. I do feel that there could be a sense of emotional sensitivity there where you would need a partner to kind of create a space of protection for you. And if you did not feel safe, then that might, you might close that person out. In my notes, I have attracted to nurturing, empathetic, emotionally secure partners. Seeks relationships that provide a sense of home and emotional safety. You really need that sense of emotional safety, and to make sure that, like with that Aries fourth house, you got to really keep a cap on your mental. There could be a sense of, because Aries can be a very jovial, optimistic sign, but then they can also have this air towards combativeness that leads to competition and discourse, which leads to this sort of like depression when you just want to fight and people aren't trying to fight. So like with that Cancer energy, Cancer can be a little bit I don't know what the word is. I don't want to say melodramatic. That feels very abrasive, but they can be very emotionally charged, and it can affect how they move throughout things, how they do things. And so you want to make sure that you're not being overly dependent or clingy or like overly just emotional about things, and that you don't attract partners who do that. It says you should prefer partners that balance ambition with emotional depth. So yeah, understanding that like you're going to orient yourself with what needs to be done, But your partner will definitely give you that balance of, you know, having that emotional sensitivity there. Don't be super, super overly picky about the partner that you have because of that. Just learn sometimes to temper it and to talk about the things that are going on. You don't have to move with such an independence about things that can give a very cutting feeling to the person that you're with. I think of Cancers with that crab shell. You don't want to chomp at the people that you love. You want to, you know, provide them space and give them room in the shell too. All right, your 10th house. 10th house is in Libra. So 10th house talks about, first of all, it's our highest point in the chart. It's where all of these energies we're talking about come together to focus on what's visible to people. And what's visible to people is this Libra. So, and we're talking about Capricorn rising. So, yeah, people see you as a fair, balanced, even-keeled, diplomatic, put together, enterprising, almost creative, soul, who's, it says here, relationship oriented. Yeah, because Libra, relationship oriented, admired for your ability to create a sense of harmony, rules, diplomacism. Like, you might just really recognize people for their gifts and their talents and have a real knack for understanding the human condition in order to like maintain a certain balance within leadership. And so pursuing careers in like law, government, management for sure. Management for sure. It's gonna be your jam. All right. You guys have had the fastest video. I don't understand how that video just went so fast, but like Capricorn rising, I just really don't feel like there's a whole lot to it. You guys, I'll say this, you guys do have a cardinal cross. So all of the signs we talked about, Capricorn, Libra, Capricorn, Libra, Aries, and Cancer are all cardinal signs, which means that they like to initiate. So I would say you are like the covert initiator. You're the one that nobody sees coming. You play the sleeper. I will also say, okay, with your Capricorn rising, you're a slow burn. So a lot of times people don't understand you when you're young. I'll say that. You have a lot of experience watching the adults kind of fuck up as adults. Not gonna hold you. Which gives that Aries 4th house so much more flavor because it feels like you're out here on your own to an extent. Like, whatever world they were living in is not the world that you're experiencing. You might even end up parenting your parents as you get older. But it's that maturity and understanding. And it's not to say that you have bypassed all the experiences that grants a person maturity, but you just have this vantage point since young. And so it's like the Benjamin Button experience as you get older, like that Cancer other side, like you start to experience relationship shit and it be like, this is what people go through. Like that's your experience of, because you're like, why are we acting like this? Like, what the hell? And I don't know, just super interesting. And also just, you're a late bloomer. Just a late bloomer, you know? And that's okay in a lot of aspects. That means that you have more wisdom than most people would. The challenge is just to integrate it and to use it. So yeah, like I said before, if you want a more in-depth reading, we can absolutely schedule something. The link is down below in order to schedule a session with me to get your chart read. Look forward to the next series where I'm going through each individual house, because those would be in-depth. I'll probably put those out as the seasons change. Not gonna hold you. I shouldn't have said that to you, because that means yours is not coming till next year. I'll probably do yours early then, if that's the case, because that is kind of fucked up. But yeah, just super excited to get into more of the personal astrology, just to give this, you know, information and knowledge to people. So thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to comment down below if this video resonated with you, how you felt about it, if I missed anything, if I was right on the money, let me know. Make sure to share this with somebody that you think needs to know more about the Capricorn rising. And as always, love you. Bye.